You know, I've been involved in the sport of boxing almost my entire life, for 30 years. I've been to great affairs all around the world. This is my first time here this weekend. I have never seen anything like it in my entire life. You should be so proud. This is amazing. Congratulations to that Broken staff. Congratulations to all of your incredible support. I have something very special in common with all of the inductees this year. With Joe Cortez, we've spoken with each other in the ring many times. With Nacho Beristain, I've introduced almost all of his 20 world champions. With Sylvester Salon, my father was so thrilled and proud to be part of Rocky III. And, you know, it's an honor for me, even special, with the fighters. And I did something special with them. I took out a pencil and I counted, and I've done 58 of their fights. I've introduced them 58 times. And I've been asked to say a few words about the fighters, but I'm not going to do it. Instead, I thought we would have a little fun, and instead, I think I'd take you back in time and introduce the fighters in a way that I did one of those 58 times in one of the key fights of their life. But this is the International Around the World, live from the International Boxing Hall of Fame. It's showtime! Introducing to you the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, fighting out of Sydney, Australia, by way of Salon, Russia. He weighed in at 140 pounds even, with a record of 31 wins, 1 loss, 1 no contest. He has 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former undisputed world champion. Here is the two-time and current IBF Junior welterweight champion of the world, introducing Costa fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red trunks with the white trim, el hijo de la República Mexicana y representando Culiacán, Sinaloa. He weighed in at 140 pounds with a record of 92 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. He has 79 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the legendary 6-time world champion in 3 weight divisions, the current WBC super lightweight champion of the world. Demos la bienvenida al gran campeón mexicano, Julio César Parte. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you on my right, the defending champion, really needing no introduction the world over, fighting out of the red corner, attired in black trunks, hailing from Catskill, New York. He weighed in at a ready 220.5 pounds with an outstanding record of 37 wins, no losses, 33 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making the 10th defense of his heavyweight crown, introducing the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, introducing the one and only Iron
A pleasure, and I'm humbled by these great champions that's here. But boxing is life. And life is boxing. You're in it to win it. You can't give in, you can't give up, and you can't quit. I feel as though in this sport of boxing it broke many barriers. It has helped us to come together. And this crowd tonight, it exemplifies what it means. People coming together to pay tribute to people that have given them entertainment by a sport that causes pain, for whom the pain is the gain. Boxing is the only sport in the world where you beat up a guy, each other, and at the end you go hug him and embrace him, you know what I mean, because of a job well done.
It's so difficult to start my speech after dawn because no comments. had 10 years since that fight, and everybody around the world come and talk to me about this. Can you remember this? Can you remember this? I said, yes, I do remember this, guys. You know that I call this fight destiny. I always believed that one day I will become a undisputed champion, and I call this fight undisputed because it was my destiny. When I was a young kid, my parents brought me to the boxing gym, and they said it belongs to here, and that's why I'm blaming my parents for everything what's happened to me. It's that.
He has good legs because he keeps his back his belt. He missed with that uppercut, but didn't miss by much. Oh, it's a right to the body and an uppercut to the head.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 Hall of Fame inductee, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Iron Mike Tyson!
Pretty great. I don't have to speak to anything. I'm not too eloquent. I mean, it's just not what I do. But, I like to say, I started this stuff when I was 12, 13 years old, custom model. I didn't have any idea what this boxing game was really all about. I guess he gave me the boxing encyclopedia and told me to go back to the detention place that I was staying at, because I was at the detention home and I was coming to visit Cuz. Bobby Stu was an ex-fighter Cuz, and he would bring me down there to meet the guy, and he had made these plans out for me. That I'm going to win the local amateur championship, I'm going to win the nationals, the Olympic trials, I'm going to become heavy. He had put all these, at 12 or 13, he had put all these assignments ahead of me, and he asked me whether I'm able to handle the assignment that he did, and I said, sure I can. But the only reason I said I was willing to do all this stuff because I didn't want him to think that I was afraid, and I wanted him to think that I was tough. You know, so that's why I really got involved with this boxing stuff. And it's just the best thing that ever happened to me in my lifetime, that custom model.
it's kind of odd, and maybe it's almost faded, believe it or not, and I never told this story before, I don't know why it just came up to me, but I guess after listening to Martin Niagara, I had a lot of time to think. I got back, I almost back to about 11 months of age. I was like, okay, anyway, I thought, when I was about 11 years old, my mother decided to remarry 10, 15 times, something like that, and her new husband was a very good friend of Rocky Marciano. And I met him when I was 11 years old. I had no idea what he did, and he goes, yeah, he punches a little bit, he's a pretty good fighter. It's fantastic, and he gave me a pair of cufflinks, a pair of golden gloves that didn't wear cufflinks back then, never thought much of it, put them in the drawer, forgot about it for about 20 years. And then I was just walking around in Hollywood going nowhere, walking around New York going nowhere, and I was looking for a point of view, and I realized, you know, life really is a battle. And this simplifies what life really is, symbolizes in fighters. They don't have a team, really. I mean, they're in there alone, they have to walk up the street, incredible steps, going up the steps, I suppose, even though I've never done it for real. It's probably like trying to go up Mount Everest, man. It's a climb. When they get in there, they never know what to expect. Maybe they're going to ascend to the top of the mountain, or maybe it's going to be an avalanche, but they do it. But the one thing I love about fighters is they're the purest form of humanitarian. They really get in there and show what they're made of before the world. They can't hide. A little piece of cloth on, a pair of boots, gloves, and the only thing they're showing is their soul and their heart, and I really love you guys for that. I really do. So anyway, I want to cut this short because I know we're going to have a big time tomorrow, but I never alluded to be a fighter, but I just like to represent fighters. I think they represent us, and thank you guys very much, and I love you for that. Bye now.
Holy shit. Thank you, Sylvester. We love you, Rock.
Gotta back off, guys.
Congratulations,
all right, guys.
Congratulations.
I'm not me, trust me.